don't want to hear another word from your mouth, son. I came to collect this paper. Made so many bets on the iPhone, I used up all of my 4G data. Out with a wife in spoons and I just put a fork in the mouth for your waiter. Knock a man out in an Uber, I'm the new Charlie Slater.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, normally we'd be talking about West Brom and Villa, but nothing's going on.
Not much has happened in the transfers, really. So
we're going to do a quick, brief video about our all-time 11, like the Premier League, 92 upwards. Obviously, just see if everyone agrees or if they don't agree. Obviously, just between me and him, really.
I like seeing people's opinions and people getting so angry at our opinions. It makes me laugh.
So we'll probably go.
We'll just
both doing the same thing.
I'm having
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Yeah. So we'll just go position at a time.
We'll just start with goalkeeper.
Yeah. Who are you gonna have?
I'm having Petr Cech.
I'm having Petr Cech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you might have gone Schmeichel.
No.
It's that season where he got fucking. They scored 15 goals.
Yeah.
So that prime Cech was the best keeper to play in the Premier League.
I just think he's got the best overall stats, and it's like you can always rely on him and that. I don't know.
And yeah, he's won everything he's had to play for, and
country wise he hasn't.
But yeah, but like, when you talk domestic wise,
yeah, domestic, yeah.
He's played in England. He's won Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup. Yeah, I'd say Petr Cech. People would argue Schmeichel, but
is there a close set? You reckon Schmeichel's the only close second? There's no one really else.
You know, Liverpool fans will be like, Alisson.
Oh yeah, but you can't involve him yet.
I know.
You might do in a few years' time.
That was pretty straightforward.
Right back.
They're in a lot for this, so you got to go with the obvious, really.
There is one.
There's one obvious, I think.
Yeah, there is one obvious, and I think we'll probably have the same in Gary Neville.
Yeah.
But he weren't Irwin a right back, or was he left back?
Nah, left back.
Left back.
See, there's a few options for left back. They'll make.
There's a few now. Obviously, you got like Trent and that, but people can't put him in all the time.
No.
I know he's won just the same amount of not that amount, but the same trophies as Gary Neville, but just not as much. They haven't won the FA Cup yet, have they?
And all Europa League.
So, did Gary Neville win the Europa League? They're never in the Europa League.
Oh, I suppose. I always think that because Rooney did.
Yeah, it's going to have to be Neville, but again, I think Trent will overtake in the long run. I do believe. I don't think anyone else is going to come close to him.
Yeah, I'm saying.
There's not really anyone else I can really think of.
There's other arguments people would say Zabaleta. No, I wouldn't put him over Neville.
But that's only because of...
I'd say Ivanovic was my second.
It's only because of that one season, though. He
had a few, though, when he used to bomb forward.
Yeah, but that one season where they won the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, straightforward. I reckon this could be similar until we get to the forward position.
Yeah.
Centre back, we'll just do centre back pairing that. Okay. Partnership.
So pick your first, and I'll tell you if I've had the same player or not. So I've had more.
I've got to go. Well. My partnership is going to be Ferdinand and Terry.
Same.
Yeah.
This looks fixed.
Yeah.
We'll get to strike.
I thought you was going to say Vidic, to be fair.
Nah, Ferdinand was always better. You could tell.
Nah, other than Terry. That's what I thought you were going to say.
You look at Terry's trophy cabinet, man.
Yeah, it's not just that. I think
I think because it was Terry Carvalho and Vidic Ferdinand, the two partnerships, weren't they? I think the two best out of them four.
You had to carry Carvalho.
And Ferdinand carried Vidic, I think.
No, I don't know.
Vidic
There's an argument for them two to be one of the top partnerships in the world.
Yeah, but I think Ferdinand had the pace, and Vidic when strikers used to put themselves on Vidic, like remember Torres?
Yeah.
They used to do it because he was the one most likely to make the mistakes. I think Ferdinand was the best.
I thought he was going to go Vidic, but yeah.
No.
Terry and Ferdinand definitely for that. Left back.
Ashley Cole.
He's tough though, isn't it? Nah, yeah, like him and Ever, isn't it? Because of the things won, and obviously.
Yeah, but then you add an Invincible season to it as well, and it kind of like that bumps it for me.
What year was the Invincible?
02-03. He left. I think he left the season after that one. I'm not sure.
He snaked him, didn't he? Went.
Yeah, but they got Gallas in return.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, again, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the back four and the keeper got right itself, kinda. Yeah. There's going to be people out there that might even say Dennis Irwin. Because he.
Yeah, but that's before more time.
Early night. Yeah, before both our times.
I started watching football around 2000, so.
Early 90s and that. He's won everything there is. He was part of that Man U side, treble side, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I never watched him live, so I can't.
Nah, but there is an argument for that. I think Robertson, he won't. I don't think he'll get there. I don't really rate him as much as what people go on.
I'm trying to think who else you could argue to put in at left back.
Evra.
There's Evra, Irwin, Robertson.
Risa.
I wouldn't.
No, he's not for like. Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of people growing up that we.
I did like John Arne Risa though.
Yeah,
his left foot.
100%. He just didn't win a lot, did he?
No.
Didn't win anything really.
We'll move on to right. Should we do right wing now?
Is that what we're doing for? Yeah. Right wing. This is where it gets tough because I'd love more time to think about it, but I'm just gonna go off because I know I'm gonna say someone. I'm gonna think, fuck, I should have had him. On the right wing.
Should I go first?
Go on.
I'm having Ronaldo on the right wing. When he first joined and he was right wing. That's my technicality to put him at right wing. No, it's got to be that 40 goal season, was it?
I don't think he didn't win anything, and at the same time as
he won the Prem, he won the Champions League, he won.
No, but not
FA Cups, League Cups.
Yeah, but he's won majority of his trophies abroad.
I suppose, but even still, that
how
doesn't
long
mean.
Did he spend there? 3 years, 4 years? No, longer than that. But
it's about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't know. To be putting in the all-time. If you're going to be doing that, then people that have been playing for the last 3 or 4 should be contenders like De Bruyne, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you mean.
Just because he's the best player in the world.
I've always had that argument when people put him in, but I just would put him in. I'm trying to think who else. I'm
trying to think. I might go with.
The only way I'd take him out is if I put another centre mid in and then just had 3 strikers as a 4-3-3.
I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do, man. What I might do. I'm gonna have Henry on the left.
I've had Henry on the left as well.
I'm gonna have Henry on the left to save me having him as a striker.
Yeah, that's what I've done. And I've had Ronaldo on the right. That's my winger.
It's so tough, man. So you could even have the likes of Freddie Ljungberg, Robert Pires. You could even have them likes. Obviously, they're not top tier. Yeah. But I'm just gonna go
Giggs has got a shout.
I'm gonna go Beckham.
Beckham.
I just think. Obviously,
I think Beckham's been underrated because he's had such a commercial career.
The way he won everything.
People think that he wasn't a good footballer because
he weren't a good footballer. He didn't have a lot to his game, but I think he's got to be up there.
Yeah, but that crossing cancels out needing everything else. Yeah. And you get the ball at his right foot.
He's got to be up there for me. Like I don't know, man. He was just part of that massive team, innit? That team that won everything. He was like pivotal to them, innit? And I don't think Ronaldo was around enough. I really don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, otherwise, if it was just based on ability nowadays, like
that's our first disagreement of the video.
Yeah, anyway. I think Beckham or Giggs, but then I think Giggs was overrated.
He was only on the left as well, and if you're doing that, you can't have Henry on the left.
That's what I mean. I think he was overrated, Giggs, to be fair. For the amount of goals and assists he actually got in his career.
Overrated, you said?
Overrated, yeah. You look at his goal and assist talent, but people go on like he was a serial fucking like 20 goal a strike a season, man, but he weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. Moving to centre mid now.
Right.
This is where it gets really stupid.
You tell me a centre mid and I'll tell you if I've had the same.
I'm 100% having David Silva. There's no question.
Are you really? In a 4-4-2?
Yeah, it doesn't matter where they're going to play.
I suppose.
We're not, it's just one of them. You can't. Well, how long's he been here? I think it's his 11th season. 11th or 12th.
I'm still racking my brain now, but I've got the 2 that I set before we
There's so many though. There is loads.
That's why I was kind of thinking get rid of Ronaldo, put 3 centre mids, and just have 3 strikers.
Yeah, you probably could, but yeah.
But if we stick with 4-4-2, I'm going to say. But I'm going to
Silver's
pick the
my
first
one, 100%.
Who's your second one? Then I'll tell you if I've had the same as that.
I haven't really 100% thought about it.
Bro, I'm having Gerrard.
Well,
he dragged Liverpool to wins. That's
what did they win? He didn't win the Prem.
He won the Champions League. He won the FA Cups.
If you're doing that, then you could have Lampard, wouldn't you? Scores more goals.
Yeah, but don't you think
one more?
If Liverpool didn't have Gerrard, they'd be worse off than if Chelsea didn't have Lampard.
Potentially, but Lampard knitted everything together for them.
Yeah.
I think Lampard's underrated.
But do you think? Yeah, I think Lampard's underrated, but
what he used to do,
Gerrard was more of a complete midfielder. He could have played 11 positions. That's 10 positions on the pitch.
He never used to get goals as many as Lampard. Never used to really get assists. He was just like, he's used to float about and do his own thing, isn't it? But
yeah, well,
I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a debate on
the
its own.
midfield's the hardest.
Gerrard and Lampard's a debate on its own, and I've always been.
And then
Lampard,
people throw Scholes into it. What would you say with that?
Oh, no. Very, very clever footballer, very technical, but again, didn't really. He weren't a massive part of Man U's team. He was more Roy Keane and that, innit?
Yeah.
He wasn't really.
I do rate Scholes as well. That's such a hard three to say in the order.
Especially, well, yeah, but just picking two for the all time's ridiculous.
Well, I'm not having Lampard next to Gerrard.
You can have so many. David Silva's 100% in there for me. There's no question about that. I'd probably have to have him alongside Roy Keane. I'd have to, because
I've had Gerrard alongside Vieira.
Yeah, David Silva's my man with the goals and the assists and that, so there's no point me having him next to a Lampard because they're both the same player kind of thing. Silva's took the pick over Lampard for me, but I'm looking now at more like a defensive minded midfielder, so you're looking at like...
I'm having Keane and Gerrard.
No,
Vieira and Gerrard, sorry.
Again, that's what I was going to say, Vieira.
So you've got Vieira, Gerrard, Keane, Silva, Lampard, Scholes. And you're meant to pick 2 or 3 out of them.
There's more that you can probably think of as well.
Well, I've said before...
It's hard when you're trying to think on the spot, but there's loads.
Yaya Toure, just because of that season. I wouldn't put him above them 6.
No,
I'm just saying, if people are bringing in... People could bring in De Bruyne now. People could bring in...
You can bring in De Bruyne now, but I think he still needs to do it.
I'm just listing how many options there is for how difficult this choice is.
Yeah.
Who else is there? I can't think off the top of my head.
So I think De Bruyne will be head and shoulders over David Silva in the long run, but at this very moment in time, he's learning off David Silva. So. There's sentiment we've disagreed on that. It's just 2 strikers now. Aguero's 1,000,000% in there.
Same.
You can't. People that tell me...
See, I think it's between, if you've got Henry already on the left wing, it's between Aguero, Rooney and Shearer.
I don't get why you'd put Shearer in it.
I'm not putting Shearer
for the goal. No, but people obviously put him in for the goals. But one played in a different era of football, I think.
That's my argument.
And
he played in the era where people would go for 15 points after a game.
And he wouldn't go for the goals. He wouldn't go for the goal. He wouldn't get the goals now if he's that kind of player.
And then if you look at his and Rooney's records, they're pretty much the same. But then you look at the trophies Rooney's took as well.
Has Aguero overtook Rooney now?
Nah, Rooney's second.
So Aguero close though.
Aguero's got a better minutes per goal.
Yeah.
And then Rooney's in the top 2 for assists as well as top 2 for goals. Plus all the trophies he won. I'm having Rooney and Aguero up front.
I'd probably have, obviously like you said, Henry on the left. I'm going to throw...
Then if you're looking at the actual ability of the striker, or you look at their goals and everything, because
you're looking at everything. You
can throw Drogba into the mix.
That's exactly who I was thinking.
You can throw Ruud van Nistelrooy into the mix.
Yeah,
mate, what a striker he was. It is tough, man. You're always going to get controversy. You're always going to get people saying, "Oh, why have you picked him?" So it's a good video because you get interactions.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with the same. I'd probably have to go with Rooney and Aguero. Because I wouldn't be having Shearer.
No,
I wouldn't be probably putting Drogba in. There is probably other people that you probably like. You probably after the video you'll think, oh.
Yeah, we could have mentioned him.
Could have had him.
One of the top. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Suarez.
Yeah, but again, didn't win anything.
I know. I'm listing these people for their individual
they're doing
seasons.
It now,
have you seen? Nah, but Suarez 13-14.
Yeah, obviously, but what did they win? You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just saying what people would say. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm. Same as Yaya, that 13-14 season.
So the only ones we're disagreeing on?
It's the midfield 4.
It's the midfield 4, really, yeah? Well, no, we've had Henry on the left.
It's just 3 midfielders.
Midfield, yeah. There's so many different, like you said, there's so many different variations you can do.
But, mate, I thought we'd have a lot more different.
I'd rather have 3 at the back. Have 3 defenders and fuck the fullbacks off. Fuck the fullbacks off and have more variation up front and midfield because there's so much more to pick from. Like you could easily just throw. You could easily just throw a Vidic in there and then fuck the left back.
If you're picking a Premier League team and most of your players are from that fucking mid 2000s era, like that 2000 to 2010, that's a 4-4-2 era.
Oh so yeah, 100%.
I feel like you got to go for it for the culture.
Yeah, so that was quite clear cut then, really.
Yeah,
it was quite near enough the same, but it'd be interesting to see what people come back and say.
yeah.
So
I want to see what. Let us know in the comments or hit us up on Twitter and tag us in what you think.
it should be near enough, quite similar, if anything. But there might be a couple.
Or who do you think out of my 11 and your 11? Who do you think people will disagree with the most?
Beckham on the right wing for me.
And what about mine? Do you reckon Ronaldo, like you said?
No, because everyone loves off him. So and the younger generation, you could
They're
talk like
remembering
17,
Ronaldo,
18.
Yeah. They're
all
remembering
they
Ronaldo
know,
now, yeah.
So all they know is Ronaldo was in the
That's
Prem.
probably my weakest, like, the pick. That's probably the pick I doubt the most. Ronaldo.
It could be the keeper. People probably have other ideas.
I ain't having that, though.
Even
People
centre
can
backs.
say
People
what
got
they
their own ideas for everything.
I know they have.
Some people would go Trent, Robertson,
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, De Bruyne, Aguero.
But
next
that's
to
then
fucking
we're
Aubameyang.
saying we're not picking anyone from the 90s because we haven't really watched that.
I
so.
have though. Roy Keane.
Oh yeah, but he played in the early 2000s when you would have watched football as well. But like, you'll have people who have only been watching football since 2012, so they are like, yeah,
Then you could have
they haven't watched.
then you could
back
have
in the
like
past.
40-year-olds that have been fucking watching it through the 80s. Then you think of the Villa team that was in the 80s.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
we said Prem, so that's 92 onwards, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but people could bring it into that.
Yeah, I know. But,
Yeah, we'll leave it like that then, and then we'll see what everyone says in the comments, and then
yeah, man,
obviously
let us know.
next video,
Twitter, Shilvat94, Luke Roland 015.
hopefully then next video, West Brom and Villa have done something, but
Probably be another week or two. It was 10 days since we last recorded and uploaded this video.
pre-season don't start until 2 weeks time.
So if we wait another 10 days because nothing's happened, that's just what it is. If something happens, we'll probably record.
Yeah, but other than that, jump.
Yeah,
Just
man.
use Twitter in it. So
Subscribe.
Yeah, sweet.
See you later.